Wander with us to the New Bedford Whaling Museum in New Bedford, Massachusetts. Hey everybody, this is Robin.
And I'm Nico.
And we're Wander Open Roads. Hey, so thank you for joining us today. We are checking out New Bedford, Massachusetts, and going specifically to the New Bedford Whaling Museum.
Yes, I am so excited to see what this museum has in store for us.
Yeah, definitely. So, we're on our East Coast Lighthouse adventure and just checking out, really checking out the Northeast for the first time. And whaling is a big thing up here. There are a few whaling museums, but this one here in New Bedford looked really cool and worth checking out.
Yeah, so this is definitely going to be a very unique experience.
Yeah, most definitely. No, I had no idea that whale hearts were so big. I mean, I guess it makes sense.
They're
pretty big.
Probably proportional to their body, but man, it is huge.
Yeah. So, obviously this is a replica, but it's definitely pretty cool.
Yeah, to me, it puts it in perspective, the size when you can actually stand right next to it.
Right, and then these are the different, kind of like the size of the organs, like the brain and different things. So, yeah, whales are just pretty. Most people really haven't seen whales except for just like on a movie or something. So to kind of get close up and see the proportions, like look at this big tongue here. That's a big tongue. Yeah, definitely. So just to see the actual proportions is really interesting. Yeah. So they had several really neat exhibits in this museum, and one was just kind of showing some artifacts from the 1800s, really just kind of showing the opulence of the people that lived there, because whaling was a big business for New Bedford. And actually, I guess during the height of the whaling industry in 1857, New Bedford became the richest city per capita in the world.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
They fancy now.
Yeah, they were making some serious bucks. So this was just kind of like some artifacts from some of the China and just different things. So yeah, they were making some money and doing well for themselves. So hats off to them. So this was an art exhibition from Albert Pinkham Ryder, who was a local artist, actually from New Bedford, but he was a famous artist back in the 1800s, and this was kind of like a traveling exhibition that was there at the time. But of course, most of his art was picturing, whaling and different things like that, and New Bedford is famous because the city served as the primary setting for Herman Melville's 1851 novel Moby Dick. So, so that this was the setting for Moby Dick, and so there was a lot of there was literature and art and things like that definitely romanticized whaling and just the whole industry, and it was a tough life, obviously, for those sailors out there that were doing it. So it was definitely interesting to see the art that came from it. It was really beautiful.
Yeah, it was really nice art. It was something different that I didn't expect to see at this museum.
Yeah, definitely. One thing that was interesting was just a lot of the different equipment that you have to use in whalings. Some of the hooks and spears and different things that were developed for whaling that they really just had to kind of invent because they didn't have anything else.
Yeah, and I mean, this museum had a great display of that, so you could really, kind of take in what whaling was, truly like, and what tools that you actually needed to be able to do it.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, some of the stuff looked a little rough. I felt kind of sorry for the whales. I mean, it was some pretty big spears and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but but definitely interesting to see and learn about it.
I mean, it's part of the history in that area.
Yeah,
so,
it is.
Good, bad, or indifferent.
Right.
This is the history.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And I mean, some of these fossils, these skeletons, it's once again just so interesting to like actually physically be able to walk up to it and see how large it really is.
In person.
Yeah.
The camera probably isn't doing it justice.
Right.
It's just massive.
And some of these little boats that they're featuring, like you're next to this huge, ocean creature, and you're in this small little canoe or kayak, looking thing. So they definitely had a lot of guts to go out there and do that.
Bravery.
Oh yeah, big time. Another thing that's interesting about this museum is that this museum is actually pretty old. It was established in 1903.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, this museum has been around for a long time. Their exhibits, and I mean, this stuff is original. It's not some museum that they started up 10 years ago and had to go collect all this stuff. These are artifacts and things that they had for over 100 years. So,
a lot of rich history.
Oh yeah, definitely. So this was the Lagoda half-scale replica whaling ship. So this is literally half the size. I mean, this thing is huge.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely huge, but it was only a half-size replica of a whaling ship, and it is the largest model whaling ship in the world.
It was pretty impressive. I mean, just looking at it, I would not have guessed that it was half size. I mean, it was a little tight in there for sure, but I wouldn't have guessed it was half size. But it was a really, really nice replica, very detailed. Oh yeah, very, very detailed. This replica was actually built in 1960. So wow. Yeah, once again, so the museum 1903, the replica was built in 1916 and actually built inside of this building. So once again, New Bedford is a pretty old town and it's been around for a while. But yeah, this replica ship, and it's nice because we were able to walk on board and actually really kind of see and touch and feel things on it. So yeah, and you walk through it, you kind of get a feel for like what it was like to be on a whaling ship, just kind of walking through. It was definitely a good experience. I like the fact that we could actually not just see it in person, but actually walk through the ship itself.
Yeah. So one thing that I always kind of remember when when we're going through, especially things that are old from the 1800s, is that people are taller now than they used to be.
True.
Yeah. So some of these little sections that were under roof, and some of the quarters were definitely tight.
Yes.
Not for big guys.
Now, the Whaley Museum is closed on Mondays, January through March, but after April 1st, the museum is open daily.
Yes, and the tickets were $19 for adult admission. So not too bad price wise. I mean, you could easily. I mean, gosh, we were there for probably 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah, so I feel like the pricing was fair and it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. This was an exhibit for Captain Paul Cuff, one of the first African American whaling captains, boat captains. So this is a permanent exhibit at the museum. Definitely interesting to see. So all in all, this museum does a really good job on telling the history of New Bedford as, one of the world's most important whaling ports in the first half of the 19th century, and talking about the city itself. This museum is located in the historical district of New Bedford, and there's some other museums and things to see and do, which you should definitely make time for.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely a educational museum, so it's a great place to bring kids to learn
definitely
about the history of the New Bedford area.
Absolutely. So hey, we hope you enjoyed this video, and we will see you next time.
Wander safely.
Be sure to check out our selection of motorcycle shirts. Links will be in the description.